the thing that has stayed with me the most was how much it was helpful to actually create connection with teachers, and how much those teachers are still available if I have questions.
I'm Agnes Stowicki, Managing Editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private and independent schools to bring you insights into school programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administration. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
I think the most important thing for me at school was the fact that our teachers were constantly looking out for us since we were very small classes. Each teacher could look at what every single student was doing. So if the homework, and not only just the homework, if the program was being understood correctly, if there were any issues, even among students, they would be very much able to understand the dynamics of students among them. So since we were in very small classes, not only would the teachers be able to ascertain that we were actually able to comprehend what they were saying and actually follow them, but also that we were living the best kind of student experience we could, also on a human level, let's say, with our classmates. I think the school very much makes clear that it focuses on STEM subjects, and it gives a lot of opportunities in STEM. So it does give a lot of opportunities in terms of extracurriculars. If you're interested in programming, for example, or working with 3D printers or with robots. So they do give opportunities to people who are actually more STEM inclined, but not only that. For example, I remember I was in the debate team, so I do like STEM subjects, obviously, but I wanted to get also something else out of it, and they were able to give it to me. So I think the thing that differentiates them is their interest for STEM subjects and their ability to give students the most avant-garde kind of experience in that term, but also the ability to also kind of see other things and experience activities that are not only related to STEM. I think the school would be precise, very much so, in terms of everything was tailored to the student, and was so very precise, actually, not just in terms of starting and in the lecture, but all the topics were discussed beforehand. You would be able to know exactly what you were going to do. Everything was very clear. So first would be precise. Then I would think would be focused. Since it was a school with so little students in a way, we were able to not only know each other, more or less every one of us knew each other, but also in terms of knowing exactly what kind of student you were, what were your goals, and every teacher would be able to actually follow you and make sure that those goals were obtained. And then the third characteristic would probably be kind in a way, more like feeling a sort of family or in the school in a way, since we were so little. Again, not only were we able to be followed by the teacher, but also by other students. So I think with other students, you would kind of create a family environment almost, because we were not that many, so we had that kind of family feeling inside the building. Generally, I do think that the fact that it's STEM focused does give most students who are, for example, interested in programming like a common environment, or there were, for example, mathematics Olympics, and almost every student actually participated. And I know that's not usual. Like this kind of thing is just a small group most times, and in that case it was most people that were interested in it. Similar kind of schools that we would want to go after, not necessarily in a stringent way. For example, I know I'm kind of an outlier since I'm now studying economics and law, which is not necessarily STEM. But I did want to do something different, but most people wanted to do STEM related and technology related universities, and they were able to maybe understand from each other also what their particular interest was, or what their specialty, let's say, was in the field. I think in general, it is very important for the school to keep the kind of family feel in a way. So I do think that the fact that we were a small group is important still, but other things that I think the school actually values very much were precision, not only from them but also from us. So getting everything done in a certain schedule was very important, and also checking some kind of, I would say, perfectionism in a good way. By which I mean every assignment was done in a way that every student would be able to give their best. So it was not just given randomly. It was not just a broad kind of random or generalistic assignment, but very much specific to not only what was done in class, but also to what kind of student the teacher had in front of them. Since we were, as I said, and kind of repeated a lot of times, as we were not that many, I think the whole experience was tailored for us. So also our kind of responsiveness was always tested in a way, and I think that was very helpful. Surprising about this school, I think maybe at first it is kind of unclear that this school does also give opportunities outside of the STEM curriculum. So for example, I remember that during my high school, I, apart from doing debate, etc., I was very much focused on literature. I'm not studying law, so I was very much interested in English literature, writing, etc. And our teachers actually gave us the opportunity to uh, focus on that very much so, with extracurriculars and clubs, directly followed by the same teacher if we wanted to, that we were following in class. So, for example, my English teacher would give lectures, more lectures, let's say, in especially writing or some very specific things that students would ask. So, in a way, I'd say that the thing that is most surprising is that it is not only what it says it is, but it is something else. It is, in addition to that, there is also the opportunity for students to get a different feel and a different, let's say, curriculum, while still focusing on STEM, still enriching it with something else. So I was, since I'm not Canadian, I'm Italian. I was very much used to the Italian school system, and I did not have any idea about all these exams and standardized tests that were required for university. And when I got into Toronto STEM School, the one thing they made clear and they wanted to make sure of was that I was very much prepared for university and everything I would need, not only for my undergraduate, but also for my graduate studies. So the thing that has left me, I think, very much an impact was the ability to organize and look at all the different not only requirements for applications, etc., but also all the others kind of um, peculiarities about programs in a university rather than another, not only in Canada, but also in the United States in general, since it is very much different from Europe. I actually did not have that kind of mindset, and now they instilled it into me very much so. So I'm grateful for that, and I think it will come very much in handy once I have to apply, for example, for law school. I went through my high school years. I went through COVID, so I think that was something very much hard for everybody and for me as well. One thing I feel like could have been done better was the opportunity to do more in person activities when it was possible to do so. Since for a very long time we had this hybrid, let's say, kind of teaching with students at home and in person, I feel like the in-person students were almost as if they were online. I don't know if I am clear. Like sometimes it was just a couple students there, or even just one student there, and they were not as uh, as pushed to go there rather than staying home, because in a way you would be able to follow the lecture just as fine at home. But I wish, maybe the one thing I wish would have been done more was pushing for in-person learning, which I know is very much specific to COVID and that situation. So I don't know if that's very much applicable in general, but in that situation, my feeling was that. I think that before I got there, I was very much scared that it would be a competitive and toxic environment because of the um, feel that a STEM education usually has a very small class, very small amount of people, a lot of competitions that were proposed, and a lot of AP classes, etc. Um, whilst being there, I feel like I kind of got to know the teachers a lot and the students, obviously. But I think, in particular, the fact that I was able to have this kind of one-on-one relationship with the teachers was very much helpful, because they would be able, they have actually been able to give me all the advice I could ask for, basically. So the thing that has stayed with me the most was how much it was helpful to actually create connection with teachers, and how much those teachers are still available if I have questions. For example, for even for essays, for drafting essays, etc. If I were to ask something, I know I had that backup. I know I had that help from somebody who's more experienced than me. So that has definitely benefited more than it has been as stressful, let's say, because of the competition. I think the first reason, for me at least, would be, if you want, it is in a way a kind of a prep school, but still high school. I don't know if it is clear. It's like, if you want to be prepared for university in the best way and still have the high school feel, and the teachers who are actually looking forward to your growth rather than a score that you would get on a standardized test. So I think first thing is for university prep. Then second is for example, tech, tech enthusiasts. So if your child directing to parents, if your child is very much interested in technology or programming, especially, or robots, AI, I think they would very much find an environment where they have a lot of people around them who are also interested in those things. And then lastly, I think if your fear is to have an environment where your child is left alone and does not have the support from teachers directly and from other students, or is maybe not as good in a very big environment with a lot of people, is not very good at managing the pressure in a way. I think that Toronto STEM School would be able to give them, give your child the opportunity to not only be in a classroom, so interact with others, but also to be protected in a way, because we're so little. It is very easy to um, in a way monitor the environment. So I feel like it's very much more protected than 30 or 25 students classroom in a 1,000 plus students school. So apart from the fact that I would say it is very much a school that looks after your child, as I said right now. So it is an environment that is not only protective but also gives you opportunities. I think another advice or in general information I would give is look at all the opportunities that you have, look at all the AP courses, all the extracurriculars there are. Do not just focus on maybe the one that is proposed in class, because there's a lot of them and there's other teachers who may not be your child's teachers who are giving other opportunities. So for example, if you're interested in some, or also very much interesting as well, if you're interested in something and you do not have that specific thing yet as an extracurricular or as a club, uh, propose it. Like actually say it directly to the teacher or to the headmaster even. Like do say so, because they are very much available since most clubs are not formed by that many people. If enough students want to do a new club or a new activity, it is very much feasible to create a new club or create a new extracurricular. So ask, be proactive in a way. And yeah, I think those are the main things. I'd say try, not only in terms of giving new ideas for extracurriculars, but also for giving new ideas even to teachers themselves when they're explaining something. If you do not understand something, if you are stuck on a specific subject, on a specific topic, or if you would like to do a group work in a different manner rather than the one that has been proposed, do say so, because the environment is such that it is possible to ask for these small changes, small tweaks to the environment itself. So I do believe that the customization, let's say, of the experience is very much part of what Toronto STEM School stands for. So do not be shy, do not be afraid of making your voice be heard and propose everything, not just in terms of extracurriculars or in terms of with your friends, but also with the teachers or whoever in the school.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.